Bugatti hired me to fly FPV for them, and it's now on their website. And here's how that actually happened. So I wanted to touch on how I got the gig in the first place, and I think it comes down to relationships, connections, really just being a nice person to work with. So a couple months before that gig, I had a job with Red Bull where I was flying on the F1 track with the Mad Mike car, drifting down the F1 track. It was a freaking awesome gig. If you haven't seen that video, I encourage you to check it out after this. But on that gig, I met two really talented filmmakers from LA, Cameron and Trevor. They both were there for different reasons, also shooting the same car, and we connected, and they were looking for an FPV pilot for a Bugatti gig, and that's kind of how that happened. And I think, yes, I was at the right place at the right time, but really it came down to how you are as a person. Regardless, you can be the best filmmaker, the best drone pilot. If people don't enjoy your company and people don't enjoy to work with you, you're not going to book jobs. And I think that's not, if more important, equally as important as being good at what you do. As far as gear goes, the drone I use is this bad boy from iFly. It's a bind and fly. You basically buy it just like that. You don't have to build it, and it's the perfect combination between agility and speed, in my opinion. It flies kind of like a 5-inch. I put the red Komodo on it. Anyway, since I was the editor on this project, I figured we can jump in the timeline and check out how I constructed this whole edit. Here we have the timeline, and you can see I have a bunch of sound effects added, a lot of different layers, and I figured we can just talk through this. So, starting off with this shot right here, a nice establishing shot, FPV, showing the flag of Texas and revealing the scene. Straight into action shot, giving it some tension by not showing the entire car, but just the rear fender and a tire spinning. Top down shot, still not really revealing the car, just detail shots, and bam, starting off with an FPV shot and action. And now for the first time, we really see the car rolling. And again, all these like wipe transitions, it was kind of by accident, right? I had Trevor and Cameron in the car at that point, and one was on a 200mm and the other one was, I think, a 35, and it was really nice to be able to cut between them. And for the first time here, we see a standstill beauty shot of the car. At the end of the day, this was a client delivery, and we were just shooting that rather than making an actual commercial for it. But they ended up using it on the website anyways, so made me really happy. And bada bim. And there you go, the final beauty shot. So let me dissect this a little bit. Right here at the beginning, you can see I put some flag sound effects, some whooshes, and different engine sounds. And you can hear the atmosphere as well. I think it just creates this layer of dimension within your edit. All these sound effects, what I do is I go in art list, and I think my whole storage is basically taken up by sound effects because I re-download them every time. Here we have a couple short clips of the actual seating from Coda. I felt that was a really nice way to introduce the track and the car starting off and getting off the runway. And then again here, for that moment, you can hear these like whooshes and sound effects, and again, that's just like small curated sound effects, paper ripping and things like that. I'm just trying to find stuff out in Artlist. And some of these sounds are actually recorded on the car. So we mounted a small microphone at the rear of the car to record organic audio so that I could cut in some audio out there. I love this transition right here. So we have basically me flying in front of the car, and then as the car passes, it reveals it at a different spot. And as soon as I cross the car above it, I always like to give it a little bit more room and keep the movement cohesive, because it gives me good cutting points to transition from one scene to another. And that's exactly what I did here. So I fly right above the car. You see the concrete, and then it's smooth. It kind of, I did like a blend. So right here we have, yeah, literally I just kind of faded in the next scene with the concrete, and it gives you the seamless transition where you don't even realize you are now in front of the car. And again, small little sound effects, coin drop, things that you don't really notice once you watch the video, but once you really get in there and tweak it, I think there's probably like 5 sound effects for each transition. So you have the atmosphere, you have the whooshes that are still blending from the transition before, some engine sounds, 2, 3, yeah, about 4 different sound effects that really sell the transition. This was a really, really good one. I think it looked really cool. Right here, this is one of my favorite shots. I think Cameron took it. Just static, pulling in, and the car flying by. Just such a sick shot. And they did a good job here too, shooting the car passing from the right side, and then he captured this one panning in, and then a beauty shot of the roller, and that's the first reveal, the full reveal of the car. Freaking awesome. Even though it was raining, it restricted the way we could shoot this. I think it added so much character to the video and just made it look a little bit rougher, which goes so well with this car. Again, you can see we had 2 passes with the camera car. At one point it was raining, at one point it wasn't, and it just cuts in so nice. Here it slows down a little bit. Again, this was a dive, so the shot is actually way longer than this. I dove the tower. Unfortunately, we just didn't find a good place to do that, to put it in. It was not dynamic enough. But here you can see kind of what that looked like. Let's see, where do we have a diving shot? Oh yeah, we had this one too, flying through the... But because we were strict on time, it was hard to time it. If we had more time, we definitely could have had like a really nice, a nice little transition there, flying through it and then chasing the car. But even for this edit, I don't think that there's enough time to actually put that in there. But it was fun, super fun place here, just cruising along the track and then diving that iconic tower at Coda. Really cool spot to fly in. It was super windy. But yeah, this is kind of a quick breakdown of the edit. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, I think it's all about the pacing of the video, making sure it still has a story, even though it's 1 minute long. Considering we only had 4 hours to shoot this, I think we did a very good job because of the weather conditions.